Assalamu alaikum, and a very warm welcome back to the Arabic in 60 Steps YouTube channel. Hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day and looking forward to learning some more Arabic. So this is our series that we're doing in our countdown to the 1st of June when we're reopening the Arabic in 60 Steps program. It's been long awaited by lots of anticipating students, so it gives us great pleasure to be so close to that date. So what we've been doing is going through some of the most common questions that I hear Arabic students have, both on the Arabic in 60 Steps program as well as outside of it. So in our previous lesson we talked about using Hamzatul Qata' and Hamzatul Wasl, using the continuing or the arriving Hamza versus the cutting Hamza, if you want to translate the names of them crudely. So what we're talking about in this particular lesson is something to do with the numbers. One of my students on the exclusive program, who's being taught the program by me personally, Brother Rashid, may Allah bless him and increase him in his knowledge. So we've recently got to a stage where we're talking about numbers now, or we're very close to the lessons on the numbers, and the numbers are some of the most daunting stuff in the Arabic language for students to learn, and especially because of the unfortunate fact that a lot of the time people who know a little bit of Arabic are really good at scaring people who know no Arabic. And like people who know a little bit of Arabic know enough to know that numbers are a big problem for a lot of people, or that they have some funky rules that go with them. So it's not uncommon for me to have students in the beginning who are terrified of the idea of numbers, but it's really not that bad. So what's the mistake that people make? In the Arabic language, you use the singular noun with numbers. So for example, if you were to say 90 books, you would say 90 book. That's how you do it. If you were to say 11 brothers, you would say 11 brother. If you were to say 20 houses, you say 20 house. That's the rule for the vast majority of numbers in all of Arabic. That people make a mistake on that all the time, right? And firstly, that's not entirely unusual for English speakers, because sometimes we say things like a 90-minute match, or we're a 4-person family. Things like that. Like sometimes we say 4-person family, rather than saying 4 people or 4 persons. Right, we say it's a 90-minute match rather than 90 minutes match. So it's not entirely alien to us for us to do that, but still, students get caught out quite often. So for example, let me give you some examples. So let's have some from the Quran. So let's have 11 stars, something nice from Surah Yusuf. So we would have ahada ashara. So what students are tempted to do if they're to say 11 planets is to have ahada ashara كواكب كواكب أحد عشر كواكب, because كواكب is the plural of كوكب. So it's just like how we say 11 أحد عشر planets, 11 planets. But Arabic doesn't do that. Arabic says أحد عشر and then the singular كوكبا أحد عشر كوكبا. That's how it does it, right? That's the mistake that we're talking about with an example of it. So when I said that we use the singular of the word after numbers for most of the numbers in Arabic, it's true for all numbers other than the numbers from 3 to 10. The numbers from 3 to 10, you do use the plural afterwards, but it's only for the numbers from 3 to 10. So for example, if we were to say, 5 planets, let's say 5 planets, we'd say خمسة كواكب كواكب خمسة كواكب. We do actually do that. We do use the plural from the numbers from 3 to 10. Something I always noticed whilst I was doing my degree is that the students who studied Arabic in Jordan were really good at those numbers. And it didn't dawn on me why that's the case until I went to Jordan. I realised that in their currency, they use the plural. I believe it's dinars there, and they say dinanir as the plural. So if they're using the numbers from 3 to 10, they'll say dinanir, but otherwise they won't. And that's different to us who studied in Palestine when they use shekels. So you just say 5 shekel, 14 shekel, 100 shekel. You just say shekel for regardless, whatever numbers you're using. There is a plural for shekel, shawakil, but if you say shawakil, in Palestine, it more means like if you got change, like if you got coins, is what it's saying. If you say to someone عندك شواكل, like it means if you got coins, is what it means. You don't really use it. You wouldn't say that the price of something is, خمسة شواكل. You say 5 shekel. Yeah, you keep it nice and simple in the Palestinian Amiyya when you're using shekel. But anyway, so that's a little bit of my ramblings, which hopefully a lot of it is useful. for just remembering that you only use the plural of the noun after numbers for the numbers from 3 to 10. So that's everything for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.